asked my thoughts as we went through it, but I had a very small picture view of it, and that's just as a men's basketball coach. You know, it affects an entire school. It affects the entire athletic department. And so it was a lot bigger than just men's basketball. But certainly was asked my opinion as we went along, and just kind of kept abreast of it as it was happening. But I have great leadership at Butler, and I trust them to make good decisions, and I feel like they really did the math on how we can make this work the right way. And I think it's a great thing for Butler, and I think it also may help us extend our geographical reach for general student population.
Why is that? Just because you're playing more East Coast schools?
Yeah, you've got a footprint in more cities in the East, and I think that's, you know, obviously you'll still have a huge footprint in the Midwest with St. Louis and Dayton and Xavier, and then you go and you play, you know, conference games in New York City, you play conference games in Philly and in Washington, D.C., and on and on. So I think that's a potential great thing for our school as well.
How does it feel to be, you know, a high school star in Zionsville, Indiana? You know, you go to DePauw, work for Eli Lilly. You probably never could have envisioned yourself getting to the point where you are right now, 35 years old, and every time a major program has an opening, you are mentioned as a possible head coach. What's that like?
You know, it's certainly humbling. It's certainly an honor and a flatter to be mentioned in all those breaths, but more so to be just the coach at Butler and to get a chance to work with the guys we do every day. And I've enjoyed the whole process at Butler. I probably enjoyed my first couple years when I had very little responsibility more than I've enjoyed any of the rest. But I think that's probably what you hear a lot of people say in this spot. And so, but we're having a great time. You know, we're trying to take it one task at a time, and the good thing about coaching is it keeps you on your toes.
A couple last things. Is there any program you'd consider leaving for?
There's got to be great people, and at Butler I know we have great people, and that's the bottom line. It is. I've always said this. The school is terrific. The location is wonderful. It's where I grew up. But what makes it special are the people that I work for, the people that are leading us, the vision they have. And you do feel empowered to go to work, and I feel supported on good days and bad days. And in this world, I think we get so caught up in what everybody else thinks is best. You got to figure out what's best for you. You got to figure out what's best for your family, and you've got to enjoy being where you are and trying to do your job well.
You think that? Would you predict that Butler will win a championship? You've been so close.
I think it's an incredibly hard thing to be even knocking on that doorstep. I mean, you can't. You know, if you're at North Carolina, you can't say you expect to go to a Final Four. They may say it, but I mean, it's hard to do. And you know, Kentucky's been to 2 straight. We were at 2 straight before that. Florida was at 2 straight a couple years ago. Carolina did go to 2 straight with Hansbrough, but very few teams have done it. To be knocking on that door is an honor. It's really hard to do. You hope you get a chance to get back there, but you could have a great team, chock full of pros, and not make it. And you can have a team that doesn't seem like it would have a shot and be there. So that's the beautiful part of the NCAA tournament. You just hope you get another chance.
And let me wrap it up on this question. You were so agonizingly close, especially a couple of years, against Duke. I mean, I know that's got to hurt, but you don't strike me as the type of guy who will consider his coaching career incomplete if you never get back there and don't climb that mountain. Talk about that.
I don't really look at legacy, and I don't really look at. I don't need any validation from wins and losses. You know, I don't need that, and I think that maybe, you know, if that's unique, if that's the way people want to look at it, and people want to say that it's not honest, it is. A validation comes from a lot bigger things than that, and so we're just going to keep trying to do the best we can. I want our guys to have a great experience. We're going to keep fighting and scratching and clawing just to give ourselves a shot, and that's all you can do. But I know how unique it is to be where we were. And, you know, I grew up a fan of basketball in this state and a fan of basketball around. There are a lot of great coaches and programs that have never been to a Final Four. And so to have a chance to do that and have a chance to be a part of it, I think we, A, loved it. But B, I think we really appreciated that opportunity, and we always will. But I hope we get back, and I hope we get a chance to win it. But that won't be, it won't have any bearing on us. I don't think it'll change who we are one way or another.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it.